Holy moly, you guys like the last one of these videos. The last useless abilities video I made 2 weeks ago is currently sitting at 77,000 views as of the time I'm recording this video. That video is on pace to become the most viewed video on this channel. So clearly you guys like these type of videos, so I'm here to make a part 2 because there is still so many useless abilities inside of this game. So yeah, let's begin. The first useless ability I want to talk about is the Psychedelic Goat. The Psychedelic Goat is a replacement for Rose's Goatify ability, and it works almost the exact same. It casts a little goat spell like this, and it turns them to a goat.
Well, no fucking shit.
If you compare them side by side, you will see that they are almost the exact same stat for stat, with the exception that the Psychedelic Goat lasts 5 seconds while the regular Goatify lasts for 7. The trade-off for the shorter duration on the Psychedelic Goat is the fact that you get a Hypno Shroom effect while being goatified. So you have a lot less control of your camera and your character whenever you're hit with a Psychedelic Goat, in exchange for 2 less seconds being goatified. Now, if you have ever been hit by a Hypno Shroom, you know that it is quite annoying. However, I do not think that it's a deal breaker, and I think having the Hypno Shroom effect while you're goatified is just not worth it for a shorter duration, especially because once you are goatified already, I feel like there's nothing else that needs to be done. The Psychedelic Goat is just like kind of useless. The ability and the whole gimmick around it is just not really worth it. You're better off spending that 500,000 coins on some infinity packs and maybe getting a party character. Also, in this video, I'm gonna attempt to not say flat out so much, because in the last one, half of the comments on that video are just take a shot every time he says flat out. So, you know, I'm gonna try to watch myself this video. The next useless ability I want to talk about is Super P-Jump. I would say out of every ability I'm going to cover today, Super P-Jump is the worst. Psychedelic Goat you can get away with using, it's not that much of a downgrade from regular Goatify, but Super P-Jump is just so fucking bad. If we compare Super P-Jump and Hyper side by side, you will see that the jump height multiplier you get from Super P-Jump isn't that much higher than Hyper's, and the downsides to Super P-Jump is it lasts less long than Hyper. It lasts less long than Hyper, did you hear that, guys? Fuck using the term shorter, it lasts less long than Hyper. As well as you get little to no speed multiplier whenever you use Super P-Jump. For example, let me pop Super P-Jump like this. You will see just how slow I move. In exchange, this is how high I jump. Now if I switch over to Hyper, you will see how much faster I go whenever I use the ability, as well as I still jump incredibly high while using Hyper. The whole attraction to Super P-Jump is completely useless. You get almost the exact same jump height multiplier while using Hyper, and you get a speed boost as well. As well as with Hyper, you are able to perform Bean Bomb jumps. With Super P-Jump, you are not able to get nearly as good as Bean jumps as you are with Hyper. I do not see a single scenario where Super P-Jump has a use unless you are just trolling. The jump height multiplier you get from Super P-Jump is so useless, as well as you get no speed multiplier, and it lasts shorter than normal Hyper. I don't know what PopCap was cooking when they made Super P-Jump, but all I know is that they were not cooking, because that ability is genuinely useless. There is absolutely no use for Super P-Jump.
Your life is nothing. You serve zero purpose.
Switching over to the zombie side, I want to talk about the Armored Heal Station. If we compare the stats of the Armored Heal Station to the normal Heal Station, you will see that the heal rate of the Armored Heal Station is half of the normal Heal Station. In exchange for that, you get 400 more health on your Heal Station. In almost no case, in my opinion, is the extra health worth it, because 9 times out of 10 that you're going to be using the heal station, it's not going to be in an extremely vulnerable place anyways. So I feel like having extra health on the heal station is more of a gimmick rather than something that is actually practical, because if you're fighting someone, right, you're probably going to heal station behind cover or something, and then you're just going to heal like this. And since it's behind cover, if they're already getting close enough to deal damage to the heal station, you can just shoot them and kill them. And the fact that it heals at half of the rate of the normal heal station, that extra HP is just not worth it under any circumstance. As well as compared to the normal heal station is significantly smaller than the armored heal station. Sure, it does have a lot less health, but it is also significantly harder to hit, and it heals at double the rate, so I would say that the normal heal station is miles better than the armored heal station. I would also like to give a mention to the bling armored heal station. I don't know why they decided to make the worst heal station the one that gets a bling variant. Nothing else I can really say about this. Statistic by statistic, the armored heal station and the armored bling heal station are the exact same, except for the fact that one has bling. I don't really know why they picked the worst heal station to get the bling version. Switching back over over to the plants, I want to talk about the Super Sticky Goop ability on the Chomper. The Super Sticky Goop is just an amplified version of the normal Goop, but I think it has too many downsides to actually be worth it over the regular Goop. The Super Sticky Goop functions the exact same as normal Goop. You shoot it at someone, and it goops them. But instead of making them extremely slow, it stops them completely in their tracks, as well as it makes it significantly harder for them to move their camera compared to normal Goop. On paper, it seems like, hey, Super Sticky Goop's actually pretty good. But there's one very minor thing that I forgot to mention. The regular Goop has a cooldown of 7 seconds. That is a very fast cooldown. Super Sticky Goop has a cooldown of 13 seconds. That is 1 second off being double the cooldown of regular Goop, in exchange for just stopping them in their tracks rather than just slowing them down significantly. Super Sticky Goop and regular Goop do the exact same thing. If you goop someone from super far away or you Super Sticky Goop someone from super far away, regardless, you are not going to catch up to them. If you are at a medium range and you Super Sticky Goop someone or you regular Goop them, most likely with both of the goops, you are going to catch up to them. They both do the exact same thing, except one has almost double the cooldown of the other one. There is some cases where the Super Sticky Goop can be useful. I know it is more useful on console because if you get hit with a Super Sticky Goop on PC, you have a mouse, so you are able to still turn your camera faster than you could on a controller. But even on console, I would say just stick with the normal Goop. As well as Super Sticky Goop does not do any damage over time. The normal Goop does 5 damage over time, versus Super Sticky Goop which does no damage over time. So if you know somebody is one-shot, you could still like huck a loogie at them with your normal Goop, and potentially get the kill, and even if you don't get the kill, you will still close the gap between you and your enemy. The Super Sticky Goop, you can still close that gap, however, you're not going to get any initial damage before you start biting them or swallowing them. I just can't justify using Super Sticky Goop over normal Goop. The biggest thing is the fact that the cooldown is double of normal Goops, and the upsides to Super Sticky Goop are just really not worth it. Just stick to using normal Goop. The last ability I want to talk about for this video is Multi-Rocket. Most of the abilities in the game that have the word multi in them just fucking suck. And Multi-Rocket is no exception. Multi-Rocket, compared to the normal ZPG, instead of firing one very big rocket, it fires 4 smaller rockets. Now, with the other multi-abilities in the game, you would think that this is a decent alternative. It's a different enough ability from the regular ZPG that you would think that, hey, this is probably a fine alternative. If we compare the two together, you will see that the damage per clip on the normal ZPG is 300. That means that one single rocket you get with the ZPG does 300 damage. That is enough damage to kill anything in the entire game except for some mechs. The damage per clip on the multi-rocket is 200. A regular Torchwood is able to just tank every single one of these rockets and live. Not only do you get less damage per magazine, since you are firing more rockets than just the one on the normal ZPG, they are significantly harder to hit. Because instead of having to hit 1 rocket, you have to hit 4 in exchange for getting less overall damage. The only upside to using the multi-rocket is the fact that it has a much faster projectile speed than the normal ZPG, which is the one thing that makes this a little bit easier to hit than the normal ZPG. But let's just say hypothetically you hit every single one of your multi-rocket shots, you are still getting 100 less overall damage, in exchange for doing so much more work than just firing the single rocket that a ZPG is. The cooldowns on both are the exact same, which is, you know, that's decent, but you just get so much less damage all around using the multi-rocket. I just really don't see a use for this whatsoever. I think that multi-abilities can have their place in this game. They just all have to be buffed. Multi-Shuck also sucks. It does so much less overall damage. Multi-Rocket sucks. It does 100 less damage than the normal ZPG while being significantly harder to hit. I think PopCap did multi-abilities in this game extremely dirty, and the Multi-Rocket is not an exception to that. Well, that is going to conclude us going over some more useless abilities in this game. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. All that good stuff. Let me know if you want me to go over some useless variants in this game, because there is some. Useless variants in this game are far better than useless abilities in this game. That is one thing I will say. But I think I could still make an entertaining video out of going over some useless variants. So let me know if you want to see a video like that. Please make sure to never use any abilities that I've covered in this video. And yeah, until next time, sayonara.